7 things nobody tells you about creatine. If you've heard about creatine, you've probably heard the same story over and over. More muscle, more strength, better workouts. Sounds simple, right? Creatine often gets marketed like a one-dimensional gym supplement meant only for people lifting heavy weights or chasing big muscles. Because of that, a lot of people either misunderstand it or completely overlook its real value. But here's the truth. Creatine does way more than most people realize, and some of the most important details are almost never talked about. It doesn't just work inside the gym, and it doesn't only affect how much weight you can lift. Creatine plays a role in energy production at the cellular level, which means it can influence how you feel, move, recover, and even think throughout the day. That's a big deal, especially if your goal is better overall performance, not just aesthetics. Another thing nobody really explains is that creatine isn't an instant feel supplement. You won't always feel it kicking in like caffeine. Instead, it works quietly in the background, slowly building up in your muscles and cells over time. That's why so many people quit early thinking it doesn't work, when in reality, they stopped right before the benefits showed up. There's also a lot of confusion around side effects, weight gain, hydration, and who creatine is actually for. Misinformation spreads fast, and once a myth sticks, it scares people away from something that could genuinely help them. So today, let's break down 7 things nobody tells you about creatine, the good, the surprising, and the details that can completely change how you use it and what you expect from it. Number 1, creatine isn't a quick fix. Let's clear this up right away because this is where most people get confused. Creatine doesn't work like caffeine or a pre-workout. You don't take it once and suddenly feel a rush of energy or strength. That's not how it works. Creatine works quietly, in the background, by slowly saturating your muscles over time. For most people, that process takes anywhere from 1 to 3 weeks of consistent use. During that time, your muscles are gradually storing more phosphocreatine, which helps your body produce ATP, the quick energy your muscles rely on during movement, training, and even daily activities. The problem is expectations. Many people start taking creatine and immediately ask, "Why don't I feel anything?" After a few days with no dramatic sensation, they assume it's useless and stop. That's the biggest mistake. Creatine isn't meant to be felt instantly. It's meant to be built up. Think of it like filling a gas tank a little each day instead of dumping everything in at once. Once that tank is full, that's when the benefits show up. More strength, better endurance, improved recovery, and even better performance outside the gym. This is why consistency matters more than anything else. Taking creatine every day, even on rest days, is what allows it to do its job. Missing days or quitting early delays results more than taking it at the wrong time. And the funny part? Most people who say creatine doesn't work actually stopped right before their muscles were fully saturated. If they had just stayed patient for another week or two, the difference would have been obvious. With creatine, patience isn't optional. It's part of the process. Number 2, the scale might mess with your head. One of the biggest surprises with creatine doesn't happen in the gym. It happens in the bathroom. You step on the scale, and suddenly the number is higher than yesterday. Instantly, panic kicks in. You start thinking you're gaining fat, doing something wrong, or ruining your progress. But here's the truth most people never explain clearly. That weight gain is not fat. Creatine pulls water into your muscle cells. That's literally how it works. Your muscles become more hydrated, fuller, and better equipped to produce force. This is a good thing. Hydrated muscles perform better, recover faster, and are less prone to injury. The scale going up by 1 or 2 kilos is usually just extra water stored inside muscle tissue, not extra body fat. The real problem isn't the weight itself. The real problem is how people react to it. Many people quit creatine too early because they're chasing a lower number on the scale instead of better performance, strength, or how they feel. After all, the scale doesn't tell you where weight comes from. It doesn't know the difference between fat, muscle, or water. It just shows a number. This can be especially frustrating if fat loss is your goal. Seeing the scale go up can feel discouraging, even when your body is actually improving. Clothes may fit better, muscles may look fuller, strength might be increasing. But because the number didn't go down, people assume creatine is the problem and stop using it. Here's a better approach. Judge progress by how you look, how you feel, and how you perform. Are your workouts improving? Do you feel stronger or more stable? Are your muscles recovering faster? These things matter far more than a temporary jump on the scale. In many cases, once your body adjusts, weight stabilizes anyway. And even if it doesn't, that extra water inside your muscles is supporting better training and long-term results. So if the scale moves up after starting creatine, don't panic. It's often a sign that it's actually doing exactly what it's supposed to do. Number 3. Creatine works even if you're not a bodybuilder. Most people hear the word creatine and instantly picture massive bodybuilders lifting insane weights in the gym. That image alone makes a lot of people think, this isn't for me. But that couldn't be further from the truth. Creatine isn't just a muscle-building supplement for hardcore lifters, it's a support tool for everyday strength and movement. At its core, creatine helps your muscles produce energy more efficiently. That matters whether you're deadlifting heavy or simply carrying groceries, walking upstairs, getting out of a chair, or doing housework. Every physical movement uses energy, and creatine helps your muscles access that energy faster and more consistently. That's why many people notice they feel stronger and less fatigued in daily life, not just during workouts. Another thing nobody really talks about is recovery. Creatine helps muscles recover quicker after activity, even light activity. If you're someone who feels sore, stiff, or drained after normal movement, creatine can help your body bounce back faster. This is especially noticeable as you get older, when recovery naturally slows down, and even small efforts can feel exhausting. Balance and stability also play a role here. Stronger, better hydrated muscles, especially in your legs and core, help you move more confidently. That means fewer stumbles, better coordination, and more control during everyday tasks. This isn't about lifting heavier weights, it's about moving better and feeling more capable in your body. So no, creatine isn't just for gym bros chasing bigger arms. It's for anyone who wants more usable energy, better recovery, and stronger movement in everyday life. Whether you train hard, walk daily, or just want to feel less tired doing normal activities, creatine supports your muscles behind the scenes, quietly making life feel a little easier. Number 4. Hydration matters more than you think. Creatine often gets blamed for dehydration, but that's not actually what's happening. Creatine doesn't suck water out of your body, it redistributes it. When you take creatine, more water is pulled into your muscle cells. That's a good thing. Hydrated muscles are stronger, more resilient, and recover faster. The problem starts when your overall fluid intake doesn't increase to match this shift. Many people continue drinking the same amount of water they always have, not realizing their muscles now need more. That's when headaches, muscle cramps, dizziness, or unusual fatigue can show up. It feels like a side effect, so creatine gets the blame. In reality, it's a hydration mismatch. This is especially important for people who train regularly, sweat a lot, live in hot climates, or drink a lot of coffee or tea. All of those increase fluid loss. Creatine simply makes your body more sensitive to poor hydration habits that were already there. The fix is surprisingly simple. Drink water consistently throughout the day instead of chugging it all at once. Pay attention to early signals like dry mouth, dark urine, or low energy. Adding electrolytes can also help, especially if you're active or fasting. Another thing nobody mentions is that hydration needs can increase slightly with age. Thirst signals aren't always as strong, so you may not feel that thirsty, even when your body needs fluids. Creatine just makes that gap more noticeable. When hydration is handled properly, most people report the opposite of dehydration: better pumps, less soreness, and improved endurance. So, if creatine ever makes you feel off, don't quit right away. Check your water intake first. In most cases, fixing hydration fixes the problem completely. Number 5. Your stomach might complain. At first, some people experience bloating, stomach discomfort, or a heavy feeling in the gut when they first start taking creatine. And this is one of the reasons people quit early. But here's what nobody really explains. It's almost never because creatine is bad for you. It's usually because of how it's taken. A common mistake is using doses that are way too high, especially during loading phases. Dumping 15-20 grams of creatine into your stomach at once can overwhelm your digestive system, particularly if you're sensitive or over 40. Your gut simply isn't designed to handle large, concentrated amounts all at the same time, so bloating, cramps, or loose stools can show up. Another issue is taking creatine on an empty stomach without enough water. Creatine pulls water into muscle cells, and if there's not enough fluid available, your digestive tract can feel uncomfortable. This is why some people think creatine doesn't agree with them, when really their dosing strategy is the problem. The fix is simple and surprisingly effective. Smaller daily doses. Taking just 3 to 5 grams per day consistently gives you the same long-term benefits as higher doses, without stressing your stomach. You can even split that dose into 2 smaller servings if digestion is an issue. There's no rush. Creatine works through saturation over time, not speed. It's also worth remembering that more is not better with creatine. Once your muscles are saturated, extra creatine doesn't magically create extra results. It just increases the chance of discomfort. Consistency beats intensity every time. So if you've ever tried creatine and thought, "This makes me feel bloated," don't write it off right away. Adjust the dose, drink more water, and give your body time to adapt. For most people, digestive issues fade quickly once creatine is used the smart way, and the benefits finally have room to show up. Number 6. Creatine affects blood tests. This one catches a lot of people off guard, and it's probably the most misunderstood thing about creatine. When you start taking it, your blood tests may show higher creatinine levels. That word alone is enough to scare people into quitting immediately. They hear creatinine and think it means kidney damage, but that's not what's happening. Creatinine is simply a waste product created when your body uses creatine. Your kidneys already know how to filter it out. When you supplement with creatine, it's completely normal for creatinine levels to rise slightly. That increase does not automatically mean your kidneys are under stress or failing. It just means there's more creatine being used in your body. The real issue isn't creatine. It's confusion. Many people get routine blood work done, see a flagged number, and panic. Doctors who don't know you're supplementing may also raise concerns based on lab values alone, without the full context. That's why transparency matters so much here. If you take creatine, your doctor needs to know. It helps them interpret your results correctly instead of assuming the worst. Decades of research show that, in healthy individuals, creatine does not damage kidney function when taken at normal doses. Problems usually arise when people already have serious kidney disease, take extremely high doses, or don't stay properly hydrated. For everyone else, the kidneys handle creatine just fine. So the side effect here isn't kidney damage. It's misunderstanding lab numbers and making decisions based on fear instead of facts. Creatine has been studied more than almost any other supplement, and its safety profile is extremely strong when used correctly. The takeaway is simple. Don't let a lab report scare you away from something beneficial. Communicate, stay hydrated, use reasonable doses, and understand what those numbers actually mean. Knowledge here can save you a lot of unnecessary stress and prevent you from quitting something that's actually helping your body perform better. Number 7. Creatine won't fix a bad lifestyle. This is the biggest truth nobody really likes to admit. Creatine is powerful, well-researched, and genuinely effective, but it's not magic. If your sleep is terrible, your nutrition is all over the place, you barely move, and recovery isn't even on your radar, creatine won't suddenly turn everything around. Supplements can support progress, but they can't replace the basics. Think of creatine like a performance amplifier. If the foundation is solid, decent sleep, regular movement, enough protein, and some form of resistance or daily activity, creatine makes all of that work better. Your muscles produce energy more efficiently, recovery feels smoother, and everyday tasks feel easier. But if that foundation is missing, there's nothing for creatine to amplify. That's where disappointment usually comes from. This is why some people say, creatine didn't work for me. In reality, creatine was doing its job, but it was being asked to fix problems it was never designed to fix. No supplement can make up for chronic sleep deprivation, ultra-processed diets, constant stress, or zero movement. Creatine supports healthy habits. It doesn't replace them. And here's the important mindset shift that doesn't make creatine weak or overrated. It actually makes it honest. Creatine works with your body, not against it. It enhances what you're already doing instead of masking bad habits. That's exactly why it's one of the most trusted supplements in sports science and healthy aging research. So here's the bottom line. Creatine isn't just a muscle supplement, and it's definitely not something to fear. It's one of the most researched, affordable, and effective supplements out there, when you understand how it actually works and use it the right way. Now I want to hear from you. Did any of these points surprise you? Or do you want a follow-up video on creatine side effects, kidney myths, or the best way beginners should take creatine? Drop a comment, hit like, subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video.